2 days since it started snowing in western New York and the North Country. And already some communities have seen more snowfall this year than they did in all of last year.
Yeah, right now we're monitoring lake effect snow bands as they move off Lake Ontario into the Watertown area tonight. We'll see how that gets organized. And also the really huge story this week has turned out to be Lake Erie and Buffalo's region getting swamped. Snow removal crews can't just keep up at all. This is moving through the Buffalo area, south of Buffalo primarily. 6 feet of the snow on the ground in Cheektowaga, other southern suburbs too. The governor toured some of these piles this afternoon, saying the situation will actually get a little worse before it can start to improve.
The view from the ground in the North Country may not be quite as dramatic, but the visibility is poor. An hour's drive can take 3 times as long. Communities like Theresa and Philadelphia are bracing for as much as another foot of snow before the clouds clear. And in the next hour, you'll hear from crews in Watertown and points to the north in Jefferson County.
Yeah, Sarah Beth Ackerman, our Jim Kenyon. We got the radar fired up here. Neighbors are buried in snow piles as tall as people out to the west. A lot to tell you about. First, we want to get right to the latest totals, see how much more we can expect. Here's Chief Meteorologist Wayne Mahar.
Well, I'll tell you what, Matt, there is going to be more snow on the way. Matter of fact, brand new lake effect snow warnings have been issued. I'll show you where those are in just a second. First of all, let me show you where it's fairly quiet. Cold, but quiet. Here it is right now. Stanley Law Skywatch overlooking the city of Syracuse. Route 81 from Adirondack Furniture. And skies are increasingly cloudy, but it is quiet and cold right now. But even we here in central New York have a little light snow showers on the way. Here's a look at it on live triple Doppler radar. First of all, let me point out that as expected today, things eased up in the North Country up here. Right now, all quiet over the eastern Lake Ontario counties, but that's only temporary. Meanwhile, we've got a wide area of some general light snow showers, snow flurries starting to work on in. So out and about almost anywhere this evening, be prepared for a little light snow or snow shower activity. Meanwhile, like I mentioned, brand new lake effect snow warnings are up. And here you go. Once again, we're talking about Jefferson, Lewis, and Oswego counties. New lake effect snow warnings up from late tonight through tomorrow, right on through noontime on Friday, not to mention, too, out in Buffalo, they've got brand new lake effect snow warnings as well. It's going to get tough up here again, and lake effect snow watch is up right now for northern parts of Herkimer County, like Old Forge, into northern portions of Oneida County. So what is going to be happening? Here we go. Here's our fast cast, quick look at tonight and tomorrow. Light snow around this evening, evolving into areas of light snow showers overnight. Meanwhile, later on tonight, the lake effect gets going up off the eastern end of the lake, up into the North Country. Low tonight 24. And then tomorrow, blustery, cold lake effect snows again up to the north. Snow showers and flurries elsewhere. High tomorrow at 33. I'll be back in a few minutes and I'll tell you how much more snow is going to fall over the next couple of days. Coming up.
Thank you, Wayne. Right now, even the hardiest of people living in and around Buffalo say this lake effect snow is unlike anything they've ever seen.
In some spots, the snow piles are as tall as people. It is an incredible sight. Pathways through streets surrounded by enormous walls of snow. Cars are completely buried.
Yeah, the National Guard has been called in to help remove some of this snow. So far, 5,000 tons of snow have been removed. That's just from South Buffalo, and they've got a very long way to go. There's a lot more than that out there.
Tonight, the snowstorm is being blamed for 6 deaths around the Buffalo area. 1 man was buried in his car. 3 others had heart attacks. Touring affected communities this afternoon, Governor Cuomo says this likely will get worse before it gets better. Hundreds of pieces of equipment from around the state and other states have now been brought in to help take away the mounds of snow.
This is maybe more snow in 1 week than governments were expecting for the entire season. It is then further compounded by having stranded vehicles on the roads, which means now you can't access that road, you can't plow that road until you move the car, which is a very time-consuming matter.
The governor thanked first responders who've been working tirelessly to remove the snow and help people who are stranded. Buffalo and communities directly to the south were hardest hit by the snow bands marching across Lake Erie.
But the lake effect coming off Lake Ontario over the last couple of days has also piled up in parts of St. Lawrence and Jefferson counties, even northern Oswego County at times. For example, though, the Philadelphia area just to the north of Watertown is one hot spot. This is where our Jim Kenyon is tonight with our live team coverage. Jim.
Well, Matt, I wouldn't exactly call this a hot spot right now. It's getting downright chilly. Well, here in the village of Philadelphia in Jefferson County, they figure about up to 2 feet of snow has accumulated since yesterday. Now, the bands off of Lake Ontario, which brought all that snow, have since shifted to the north in Canada, and that break has given people here a chance to clear out the roads and dig out their sidewalks and essentially get their lives a little bit more back to normal. But it's only temporary. These same lake effect bands are expected to begin drifting southward again, and they're anticipating here up to 8 inches of new snowfall.
Like I said, I drive truck, and I was stuck for 4.5 hours on Route 58 in Gouverneur yesterday. So
Really?
I fell behind, and this is the second time today that I blowed snow trying to stay ahead of it.
It's coming back, though, right?
Oh yeah, I was supposed to be back until noon on Friday.
And once again, they're kind of afraid that they might get up to another 8 inches of snow here on top of the about 2 feet that I'm standing in right now. If these bands are more persistent when they set up here, then they could be getting a lot more snow and perhaps even measuring it in feet. They're dreading that, but hopefully it won't happen. Reporting live from the village of Philadelphia in Jefferson County, I'm Jim Kenyon.
What a sight there tonight.
Yeah, incredible. Jim, you look great out there. Now, right now, a 132-mile-long stretch of the Thruway, it's still closed. State Transportation Commissioner says it'll stay that way right through Thursday or whenever the snow stops, whichever comes first. Right now, there are more than 800 people working around the clock trying to clear out the major interstate. Dump trucks and front loaders are to be brought in because wind drifts have made the piles too heavy, too deep to really plow. Thruway is closed from just past Rochester west to the Pennsylvania border. And right now, many truck drivers forced to spend the night in travel center parking lots are waiting with their vehicles until they're able to drive away. This lot in Pembroke was filled to capacity Tuesday night with truckers from as far away as Tennessee, Ohio, and Canada. Many have been stuck, actually, since Monday.
If I can get back east, that's what I want to do, southeast, and I hear it might be a little clear, well, a little better for me to get where I'm going.
I thought by this morning I would be gone. I figured I'd wake up this morning, hopefully hit the road, but if I'm here another 12 hours, 8 hours, another day, so be it.
Well, you got to be safe, and if you can't go anywhere, you can't go anywhere. Some of the drivers have used their time off the road to map out new routes in hopes of avoiding another travel ban due to weather. Fortunately, many companies, they have been understanding about the delay in shipping their goods.
And it'll have to be for now. As truck drivers wait, all passengers stuck along the Thruway have been rescued. Rural Metro Syracuse sent 2 ambulances and crews out to the Buffalo area to relieve paramedics. Rural Metro Rochester is also sending 3 crews and 1 plow out later tonight. Meanwhile, members of the Cayuga County Office of Emergency Management helped rescue the Niagara University women's basketball team. Here's some pictures they snapped. 29 women and coaches were stuck on their bus on the Thruway for 26 hours. They actually had to ration food and water. Players tweeted out pictures of their ordeal. State troopers took them to a nearby police station where another bus took them back to campus. Their team was on their way back from a game at the University of Pittsburgh. Coming up new at 5:30 tonight, people who live in Watertown and got delayed in their travels elsewhere are now rethinking decisions they usually put off around this time of year.
Now, the importance of trading the summer tires for the snow tires and the boost some local auto shops are seeing. That story is coming up just after 5:30 tonight. Well, right now, Syracuse leaders are planning ahead. Fortunately, we've been spared the brunt of the lake effect snow for the city of Syracuse, Onondaga County, but it certainly won't be long before we're all shoveling. And tonight, the city is holding another meeting to talk about the discussion of costly sidewalk repairs, but mostly snow removal. We'll check in with that discussion coming up at 5:35 tonight.
And don't forget, our Lisa Spitz, Jeremy Miller, and Peter Hall are up early with you to let you know which schools and offices will be closed tomorrow. Watch Today in Central New York starting at 4 a.m. Also, don't forget, you can get push notifications warning you of trouble spots by downloading our mobile app. Still ahead on NBC3 News at 5.
A developer is planning a $100 million luxury outlets shopping center at Turning Stone Resort and Casino. I'm Alex Dunbar. Coming up, see how they say they can compete with Destiny USA just 30 minutes down the road.
Then, if you fly into or out of Syracuse by way of JetBlue, some changes coming that could affect your baggage and how much you pay for your tickets. We'll tell you what to expect and look at the timeline for those upcoming changes. Plus, we continue to track the lake effect snow and some generalized snowfall that's also coming our way. Where will we get hit next? Wayne Mahar joins us with that detailed forecast in a moment.